This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I am joined by the WBC Super Lightweight World Champion Regis Prograis over Zoom. Regis, firstly, how are you?
I'm cool, bro. I'm all good. Just chilling at the house. That's all right now. Just chilling. That's it. Nothing much.
Not much. A bit of time, bit of downtime, obviously, since your last outing. Before we obviously reflect on that, what have you been up to just to kind of take your mind off of the boxing world?
Honestly, nothing, bro. My mind been on the boxing world. Really, I've been training. I've really been back in the gym training every day. I gotta train right now, but I am gonna go take a break. I'm gonna take a vacation, but just not yet. I'm still doing some things here in Houston. So, but yeah, my mind still is on boxing, bro. I still train every day right now. So I can't even really reset right now because I'm still training.
Obviously, it's early days after your victory against Zorrilla. It's only just over a week ago now. But being self-managed, Regis, and we're talking about kind of the aspect of still being in and amongst the boxing world, not really taking your mind off it. Do you feel like, especially knowing your current management situation, being more involved yourself, that's certainly adding to your thought process of wanting to have as much knowledge as to what's going on in comparison to previous?
Yeah, of course, for sure, for sure. Yeah, since I am self-managed, I have to be more involved, just with everything. I can't just sit back. I do have a team of people. It's not just me. I do have a team of people, but I still have to, for the most part, be involved as much as I could.
Regis, take me back to that victory against Zorrilla. I'm sure you'll admit yourself it wasn't necessarily the performance you wanted, but just your reflections, please.
I mean, I just didn't like the fight. I ain't even watching it, bro. But just it was just I had hometown jitters, along with he just ran around the ring. He didn't want to engage, and it was just I mean it was just kind of a boring fight. Even being in the fight, it was just a boring fight.
How do you mentally kind of change your mindset heading into that fight, Regis? Because everybody expected it to be a bit more of a toe-to-toe fight, him to come forwards. Obviously, as you said, it was nothing like that. He certainly did, keep on his toes for as long as what he could. When you're in the ring and trying to adjust what I imagine your tactics were beforehand, how do you find that?
Yeah, it was just really frustrating. It was just aggravating. It was real frustrating. Being that it was something that we didn't prepare. Come on, sit down, stop. It was something that we didn't prepare for at all. Like the whole time, everything I watched on him, he was there, he was ready to engage, he was ready to fight. But he fought me. He just ran around the ring. He just didn't want to engage at all. And it seemed like that was his tactic, just not to get knocked out, just to run, just to run around the ring. Don't get hit and just run around the ring. And then especially after I put him down the third round, it was he really didn't want to engage. He just ran everywhere. So yeah, it was frustrating, and it was something we just didn't prepare for at all. The whole time we worked, we had a 7 week camp. Really for him, probably like a 3 week camp. But of course, obviously I was supposed to fight Liam Powell first, and that didn't happen. And so the whole time we were just working on other things. So I just wasn't prepared for what happened. So when I got in the fight, it was just like, what to do.
There's a video after the fight of Zorrilla just kind of looking into the camera with discontent at the scorecards. Have you seen that? What are your thoughts on him not necessarily agreeing with the fact that he felt the scorecards should have been more favorable towards him?
Yeah, I saw that. Come on, bro. He didn't win the fight. He didn't like. You can't win a fight just running around the whole ring the whole time. It wasn't even boxing like people say Floyd ran, but Floyd like actually boxing stuff. Like he literally just ran around the ring and just didn't want to get hit. So he couldn't have thought he won the fight. He hit me with a few punches, but he couldn't have thought he won the fight. He just ran around the ring. He survived, and that's what he did. He survived. He got paid. He survived, and that's what happened.
It might not have obviously been the fight you expected and the fight which you wanted, but what do you feel like you can, if at all, take away from it? What do you feel like you learned from it?
Well, now it's just adjusting and just cutting the ring off more. I mean, I know what I got to do. That's why I've been kind of focused more on, boxing more right now. I can't really rest because I have a lot of stuff to do. Even in my camp, I have to move a lot of pieces around right now with trainers and all that type of stuff. It's just it. When you and I didn't lose, but you take a performance like this, and when it happens, you got to take a lot of things away. You got to learn from these things, and so I learned about what happened in camp. I feel like and really in that fight, I felt like I didn't have legs either. Like I was falling all over the ring. We was tripping. I was falling. It just was like, man, usually I have a strong base and like I never, off balance and stuff like that. And maybe the weight. I'm not blaming on nobody, but maybe it was weight or something like that. Obviously, I did have hometown jitters. I was fighting in New Orleans. Just a lot of stuff going on in New Orleans. The hometown stuff is always the worst. So, let me pause that. It was just a lot of stuff going on out there, too much everything. And it's just I gotta take those things and just learn from it next time. That's all.
Regis, we saw. Oh, you're flipped onto the. There we go. You're back. Regis, we saw Bill Haney out there, and obviously after the fight, we saw Bill pulled up Devin on FaceTime, and you two exchanged a few words. What conversations did you have with Bill? Firstly, in the aftermath of your fight.
At first I was just like, yeah, like, what I'm saying, what's up? We gonna be next. I saw him in the lobby. I was like, what's up? I walked up to him like, yeah, what's up? We gonna do it or what? And he was, and he was like, man, Bill be real respectful of things. It don't be like that. He be like, I was like, yeah, I think y'all gonna after that performance, y'all will feel more inclined now to come up to 140 and fight me. And he was like, he was just real cool. Like, yeah, everybody have off nights and stuff like that. So then I went. I was by my people and stuff. He was like, a few tables down, so he can't walk up to me with Devin on the phone. So me and Devin just started talking a little trash and stuff like that. That's also I'm like, bro, I'm gonna bust you. I'm gonna tell you in front of your dad, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna bust your ass. And he was saying, I don't know, he looked like he was in the club or whatever, but he said he gonna whoop me. So, we just, basically just talking some trash. That's all.
It certainly seems to be a bit of a rivalry building there, though, for yourselves. I spoke to Eddie Hearn over Zoom last week when he was in New York, and he mentioned that he was due to catch up with Devin, see where the land lies with his career, what he wants to do. From any conversations you've had with Eddie, do you believe Devin? Eddie thinks that you're the front runner to face Devin next, or Devin coming up to you will be next. Where do you think your career lies?
Hopefully. Hopefully we can do me and Devin next. I don't know. I literally, bro, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I haven't spoken to Eddie since the fight. So, I'm talking to different people from Matchroom and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully we can do me and Devin. I don't know if they wanna wait another fight and build it up more. I don't know if Devin wants to come to me at first. Honestly, I don't think Devin's gonna come to 140 straight and come straight to me. I don't see it. I think, it's a tactic a lot of boxers use. They use somebody's name. They say they're going to fight this person, do this and do that, and then they don't fight the person. They fight somebody else. I just don't see Devin coming to 140 and coming straight to me. I don't see it, So even after that performance, he knows I can hurt him. He knows I can still crack. I can still hurt him, and of course, I'm going to go in the gym. I'm going to work on a lot of things. So, that same Regis would never fight again. That same Regis that same person that fought that Saturday night would never be fighting again. So, I'm gonna change a lot of things. I'm gonna be way better. And I think they know that, after a performance like that, they know what's gonna happen, what I'm gonna go do and adjust. So, but yeah, get back to the Devin thing, bro. I don't think that's gonna happen next. If it does, that'll be great. I would love it. But I just don't see it happening next. I don't know. I don't see it though.
Just looking at it stylistically with a fight with Devin, he's not somebody who traditionally will look to come forwards and put pressure on. Certainly, somebody who's known more for his boxing skill set. People have kind of seen him maybe rocked during his career. People go back to the Linares fight. Vasily Lomachenko, obviously, most recently seemed to kind of catch him at times, maybe hurt him a little bit. If he was to make that step up to 140, he'd lose some of those physical advantages. But do you feel like you could take it back one step further and not just rock him, but be the man to maybe stop Devin Haney?
I do think that, yeah, I think I can stop him. I definitely think I can stop him. He's a good boxer and stuff. And like I said, I'm gonna go adjust, man. Like we will train for that. So, a really, really good slick boxer. But he does get hit, and yeah, I definitely feel like yeah, I can stop him. But if I hurt him, I feel like I can stop him. It won't be, especially how Linares hit him. If I do that, like, I definitely feel like I can get the job done. I can stop him, so. Like I said, bro, we'll see, man. Hopefully it can happen next. I don't know if it'll happen next, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Out of all the names that have been mentioned, obviously yourself, you've got Shakur, depending on what's happening with Teofimo, obviously his recent victory against Josh and whether or not he's actually retired. Where would you say you currently rank in terms of those names and anybody else who's in the equation for the potential fight with Devin?
I would think I'm higher on that list with everybody you name. With Shakur, I don't think he wants to fight Shakur. I don't think he will fight Teal. I think that he will fight me over those guys. I would think, but at the same time, we just, I think it's just all talking right now. I think that he's gonna do something else. I don't see him coming to fight me. The first fight at 140 to fight me, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think he's just talking. He's gonna talk, and he's gonna get another fight at 140 and test the waters. They're not stupid. They smart. They gonna know what they know what they gonna figure some other things out. They're gonna figure somebody else out to fight first before they come trying to fight me and test the waters at 140. I don't think he's gonna come straight to 140 and come and fight me.
Regis, do you think Teofimo's retired for good?
No, absolutely not. No, I definitely don't think he's retired. I mean, I think he just wants his money. I think he wants a big fight, and I think he wants his money. He said that he got $1 million for his last fight, and that's terrible. That's peanuts, to what he is compared, what he's worth. So no, I think he just, for me, bro, I think he just wants his money, and that's it. I don't think he's retired, so he'll come out of retirement for a big fight, maybe me, maybe Devin, somebody else at 140 with a belt, Rolly or Ryan or something like that. But I don't think he's retired for good right now.
How impressed were you with his performance against Josh?
It was a good performance, I mean, I thought that I for sure thought he was gonna get wiped. I thought that Josh was just gonna beat him, and but another thing, wait, Papa doing something, okay. But another thing, man, Josh just looked washed. That's all. Josh just looked, for me, bro. Josh just looked like he looked washed up now. That's all. I mean, I don't think that if we really honest, like we can say Josh really lost 2 fights, maybe 3 with me, like me and his fight was close, but for sure, Jack beat him, and then Tio really just stomped him, and I think that I beat him too. So, I mean, listen, I just think that I don't see him, if he can improve. I don't know, but he just hasn't been looking good. So I don't know.
Josh has mentioned that move up to 147. His trainer, Joe McNally, after the fight says he still sees a career for him at 140, despite that defeat to Teofimo. I know it's something you've been speaking about for a while, that you'd like to kind of right that wrong on your record with the Josh fight. Does he still hold any interest if Josh was at 140 still? If he was to say, I'd be open to Regis fight, or with the defeat, does he not hold any interest to you now?
It's like yes and no. With the defeat, like, I'm a champion right now. So with the defeat, and it's just like, and he just got beat, and he got beat pretty easily. It's like, I still want that personally. I still do want it as a personal thing. But as a business move, it doesn't. It's like, all right, why? Basically, it doesn't make any sense to do it. But as a, on a personal note, yeah, I definitely would want to fight him again for sure, because that's the only blemish I do have on my record. So I definitely do want that fight. And I mean, shit, if I could talk to Eddie and I see if Eddie can, make that, we can make that next or something like that. Like, he just lost, but still, it's something that I still want. If he can still make 140, it still will be for a belt. So, maybe we can do something like that. But yeah, bro. But as far as a business decision, like, I just have way bigger things on my plate right now than him. So, I think that, people be like, wow, it doesn't make sense. Why are you fighting Josh? And you have way, way bigger things on your plate. So it really doesn't make sense. But of course, like I said, on a personal note, I definitely would want to fight him.
Regis, Jack Catterall, before your fight, he was calling for a bout with yourself if you came through Zorrilla unscathed. Sam Jones has been calling for that fight for Jack. You've mentioned him. You've said you'd be open to facing him. You're both matchroom boxers currently. Where do things stand for you with a potential fight with Jack?
Man, I talked to Sam, bro. I talked to Sam, his manager, and I said he would, Sam said that, that's the biggest fight in the division. And I was like, yeah, it's a big fight, but it's not the biggest fight of the division, bro. It's definitely a big fight. But I said, bro, look, I got so many options right now. And I definitely want to fight Jack. I do still, I want to fight Jack, but because I want to fight Jack because, he really beat Josh Taylor. So that's why I want to fight Jack. And he didn't get a good decision. But now Josh Taylor has really been beat by Tio, really been beat, so it's like, does that still hold the same weight? It doesn't. It doesn't now Jack Catterall's win over Josh Taylor doesn't hold that much weight as it did before. If Josh Taylor was still undisputed, if he just whooped Tio and they'll be like, all right, they'll say that Jack Catterall was the only person to really, really beat Josh Taylor, but he didn't get a decision. They'll say Regis Prograis, they link me and him. They say Regis Prograis and Jack Catterall, they really beat Josh Taylor, so they should fight each other to see who the best is at 140. But now Tio really beat him and beat him bad. I think he really beat him, rocked him. He beat him bad. So, obviously that just doesn't hold that much weight no more. Like what he did like 2 years ago, whatever it was, it just doesn't hold that much weight no more. So now, and I have so many bigger fights, so if with the Devin thing, if Tio is, what's going to happen with Tio and all that stuff, if Tio comes out of retirement, that's just bigger fights. So, like I said, yeah, I'm open. Obviously, bro, I'm open to fight anybody. I tell Eddie, like, bro, I fight anybody. Don't care who it is. It's just numbers. You just got to get those numbers right, and I'm good. I fight anybody. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Would you say, looking at kind of the current climate of things, then, if say Eddie was to say we can get you one more fight this year, say it could be Jack, and then next year you were guaranteed a shot at, say, if Devin was to come up with a Teofimo unification, if he's still about, and he, as far as we're aware, he hasn't actually officially vacated that WBO title. Would you take that?
Yeah. Listen, bro, I don't care about who I'm fighting. I really don't. I don't care about who I'm fighting. I say, Eddie, get the numbers, bro. Like, it depends on what we fighting and what the numbers is, what date and all that stuff. I don't care about who I'm fighting. Yeah, I'll fight anybody. But it depends on how much you're willing to pay me, and depends on where it's gonna be at and what date it's gonna be on. So like I said, bro, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I didn't talk to him yet, and hopefully we can holler at him and we'll see. But another big fight out there is for me is, I think, somebody I've been wanting to fight, same thing like the Josh Taylor thing, is Adrien Broner. I've been wanting to fight him for a long time. He calling me out, like at first for years and years, 5, 6 years ago, I was calling him out. I couldn't stop calling him out. And now he's calling me out. So, that's just a fight I've been wanting. And I think that's a big fight. Like, in the boxing world, yeah, me and Catterall is a bigger fight than me and Broner. But outside of that, me and Broner is a way bigger fight. I mean, I think that, especially if you look at gate wise, and I think that's what everybody looks at. The promoters look at that. The promoters look at, all right, what fight can we do that's gonna put the most people in the seats? And I think that if me and Adrien Broner fights here in Houston, like, that'll do a phenomenal gate. I think that'll be really big. And just because of us, we talk trash and we have the same kind of culture, same kind of background, all that type of stuff. And it's somebody that I want to fight a long time ago, and now he wants to fight me, and I still want to fight him. So, we'll like I said, bro, we'll see what happens.
But Broner one's an interesting one simply because he's still, regardless of kind of his inactivity and whether people want to question his commitment to the sport, he's still a massive name, as you mentioned. He's still known across everywhere within the boxing world. If you two were to fight, you would probably go in as quite a big favourite. What would you feel you'd have to gain from a fight with Adrien, other than kind of facing another big name?
Just another big name. That's it. I think it's just a big name on my resume. Have Adrien Broner on my resume. Yeah, I definitely think I'll be I think I'll be okay. I think I'll definitely be a big favorite and stuff like that. But to have a that name on my resume, basically. Adrien Broner is a former 4 division champion. So just to have that name on my resume, and just to have a big crowd, basically, building my name up even more. Like, now I think that people know I can draw. A lot of people can't say that. Now they know, Eddie knows I can draw in my city, and then that's just me by myself. So, now if me and Broner fights, that's, because I drew in New Orleans just by myself. There is Zorrilla from Puerto Rico, nobody even knew him, and I drew that stuff myself. So, now with somebody like Broner, if we do it in Houston, I mean, I think we can fill up wherever we fight at, basically. So I think that'll be a huge fight. And but that's basically that's what it'll be. It'll be a fight that um just to put a name on my resume and get my name bigger.
Just a couple more from me to wrap up on Regis. So I wanted to get your thoughts on a couple of fights on the horizon. Firstly, Crawford and Spence. Please, your breakdown, Regis. What do you think happens when they meet in the ring?
I just want to see the fight. I'm gonna go to Vegas. I'm gonna go see the fight, bro. I really can't pick who's gonna win that fight. I'm just excited about it. It's just a lot of buzz around. I'm excited. I think maybe they could have fought a few years ago, but both of them still undefeated. Both of them still the champs at 147. So, I really just want to see the fight, bro. I really can't pick a winner. And I'm not just telling you this on camera. I'll tell you this off camera, bro. I really don't know who's gonna win that fight. I really can't pick a winner. They just they both so high level caliber fighters that I don't know. I can't. I just want to see the fight and see it. This is like another, like a Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns type of thing.
Is there anything which you look at and you think might be the difference between the two of them?
I think they both of them, man, just that Crawford. He's Crawford is mean. He's a killer for sure. He's really mean. He has a killer instinct. He can switch hit. He has power in both hands. You know, but Errol is just super powerful. He's just a really strong person overall. Like his body just really strong, a really strong fighter. So but I can see it both of them, bro. I can see both of them beating each other. I really can. I can see Crawford beating him, and I can see Errol beating Crawford. Like I can see both of them. I really just can't pick a winner.
And then you've also got in the same fight week, Stephen Fulton, the champion, traveling over to Japan to face Naoya Inoue. It's going to be an unbelievable fight in the middle of a week. What are your thoughts again, please, Regis?
Man, that's a good fight, man. Obviously, Inoue is a monster. Like he's a monster. But I rock with Stephen Fulton, bro. One thing we don't do is, man, like y'all do it. Y'all in the UK and y'all rock with y'all people, bro. And one thing Americans don't do, they don't rock with their own people. So obviously, I'm a rock with my people. I'm a rock with Stephen Fulton, bro. Southpaw dude, American slick. He's real good. He got the swag. He got the, what I'm saying, all that stuff. So I rock with him. I'm gonna lean more towards him. But he is fighting a monster in a way. He's just a complete beast.
Just final thing to ask about, I forgot to mention it earlier. We was talking about Adrien Broner. Obviously, there was a recent interview that went out on Adrien, which a lot of people weren't happy got aired, and he didn't necessarily look it in the best state. Did you see that? And if so, what were your thoughts?
I didn't see it. What happened?
It just did not look like he was in great condition, to say the least.
Oh, I didn't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. When he looked drunk or something. Because probably, I don't know. He got a lot of vices and stuff like that. So I don't know. I didn't see it. I can't comment because I didn't see the interview. I have to go look at it.
That's fair enough, Regis. And yeah, we'll leave it there. And I'll leave you to enjoy some downtime and your time off from the ring. So thank you for speaking to me. I'll catch up with you again soon.
All right, brother. No problem. See y'all.